Well, hey everybody. Welcome back to another adventure with Nubby. How you doing? I got a little history lesson for you. It's about the, the wreck of Montour engine number 76. And there were a few derailments on the railroad, of course. And so most of the problems here caused no significant damage or injury. Most of the coal drags were at slow speed, limiting much of the accidents. And most of the derailments were caused by the gauge of the track. More than 56.5 inches, or smaller depending on the way they were running. So you'll also hear it as 4 foot 8.5 inches. And since most of the tonnage was heavy, would push the tracks apart and end up on the ground. In October 1974, the Montour train Extra 76 was crossing the bridge here at the Montour Viaduct with a 45 carload of coal headed up to the Champion, which is pretty much the way we're headed, the Champion coal washer. So 76 was on the lead on the long straight portion of the trail right past the rest area here at 17.3. And it just passed the hello. And it just passed the the switch for McDonald. So engineer Jim Lane and the brakeman Dave Sherwood saw the flat car with one of those large earth moving equipment on it, scraper thingy, rolling down the hill towards them on the main line with nothing else. When they both looked at each other and probably go, it's time. So they were getting ready to jump, and they went into emergency. So they essentially, you'll hear it as dump the train. And they got off right before they hit the flat car. So it did hit the front end of 76. And the radiator on the front end, it got smashed, and all the heated water and it went to vapor and stuff. The big diesel engine was dislodged, and the hood and also the hood was pushed into the cab. So one of the stacks was actually hitting the top of the cab. Good news was no one was injured, and 76 didn't even go on the ground. She was still on the rails. So it was determined that the crew working up at the McAdams siding, about a mile up, were getting ready to deliver the earth mover to a local coal stripping company. So they were using a large truck to pull the car with a cable, and somehow the cable detached and she started rolling down grade, and she rolled over over a switch and started heading downhill eastbound towards on the main towards the westbound coal drag. So after the accident, 76 was taken to Montour Junction, then later taken to the Pittsburgh and Lake Erie shops in McKees Rocks. So they rebuilt her using some of the old parts and new parts and some accessories. And she returned to Montour in early 1976, ready for service. And she was in need of a fresh coat of paint. So they did that down at the shop, the Montour shops. So she was suggested to be painted with the bicentennial theme, red, white, and blue, with stars all along the cab and the hood. But the crew found out that she was noisy, severe vibration, and rattled the crew out. So 76 worked on Montour until 1981, when the entire fleet of diesels were retired and sold. And Montour worked up to 1984 after the diesels were done. And I hope you liked that little bit about the wreck of engine number 76. You could give it a like. I'm going to head out, guys. You could give it a like. You could comment. If you're subscribed, welcome back. How yins doing? Yins are pretty good. And if you're not subscribed, think about subscribing. It does help the channel out. And I'll catch yins later.